What's up? This is part two. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that my phone had a maximum time limit on how long a video can be before it just stops recording. So it kind of cut off in part one. So I'm just gonna make a part two. So I left off with So basically, you hear people about overtraining. So you hear people like Olympic weightlifters are notorious for this about like having 3 lifting sessions per day and all that, like 5 times a week. You can do that if you're on steroids, because the recovery time doesn't take as long when you're on roids and on drugs. So, and kids don't do drugs, especially in high school. Definitely not, because you do not take steroids while your body's still growing. All right, because that's gonna really affect your health more than what drugs would ever do. Um, but and that's not saying do drugs when you're older too. But if you are going to, don't take it in high school. Keep that between us. Um, but yeah, so don't do that. You will make gains if you I would say lift 4 times a week. Then it's just a general rule of thumb, like for like an hour and a half lift, and then throw for like an hour. All right. So obviously, I'm not your coach. Um, and follow what your coach says. But that's just a general rule of thumb, in my opinion, for high schoolers. Um, and yeah, so don't overtrain, all right? Because that will not get you faster gains. If anything, that will set you back because you'll get injured real quick, all right? And then the last tip that I'll say is get your throwing IQ up. And what I mean by that is be well versed in throwing knowledge. So a good way to start is just look up the history of throwing, historical stuff. Like look at historical videos like from the 70s, 60s. Look know who Outorder is and like Mac Wilkins, John Powell, all those guys. Wolfgang Schmidt, Alf Timmerman, Randy Barnes. All right, and then know, at least for God's sake, know like the world record holder for your event, for all the events. Honestly, if I'm talking to a thrower and they can't name the world record holder in one of the events, you're just not even worth talking to because I can just tell you're not committed. All right, because if you don't watch video or if you don't even have the effort to look up who your world record is, I've even walked in the high schoolers who are really good but don't even know who Ryan Krauser is. All right, that's like if you're a basketball player and you don't know who Michael Jordan or LeBron James are. All right, like are you even worth talking to at that point? Like that's an immediate red flag because that just shows you're just not committed. Because if you don't even have the effort to look up a video of the world record holder in your event, well, what's the point? Well, what are we doing here? All right, all right. So I would say just like knowing names of throwers, distances, like all right, relatively like what good people throw, well, like what elite throwers throw, and then two, just watching videos of competition and practice of elite throwers practicing, because you could get a lot more out of watching them practice, because that when they're actually working on stuff, because they're not working on stuff during a meet, you probably like 99% of the time. Um, because it's a little too late to work on stuff when you're at a meet. So that's something. And looking at a meet, at a full meet, try and find like full meets with like you can see their progression throughout their throws, and just look at how they compete. All right, and if they do stuff differently to you, all right, because if you want to look at how professionals compete, watch a video of how they compete. All right, because it'll help you. I know it helped me. All right, and then I would say, like, other ways to get up your throwing IQ. Look at what they do wrong. Look at what they do right. Like, look at them slow motion. And look at the common positions that they hit. Like every thrower hit, no matter how weird their technique is, will always hit certain positions the same as other throwers. All right, because you got to hit those positions. All right. Now they may look a little funky sometimes, but they'll hit the same positions. Like everyone in this right-handed throwers, everyone gets over the left out the back. That's good. All right, everyone does that. Everyone has a. Uh, everyone will land balanced with the right foot in the middle. Everyone will have a block, a pretty good block. You know. So like similarities like that. All right, and then if you're not doing that stuff, maybe start doing that stuff because that might be a reason why they throw far. All right. So just get your throwing IQ up. Just watching, like I watched video relentlessly in high school. In fact, I probably did more throwing studying than actual studying in high school. I'm not the best role model for that. Um, I never studied actually ever in my entire high school or college career. In school, I just was smart like that, I guess. But yeah, so I would say get your throwing IQ up because one, it's gonna shorten your learning curve of how to throw, and two, because it looks good to colleges as well. Because I mean, if you know like stuff you're talking about, and you know like what they're talking about, and they don't have to over explain things. Like immediately when I went from high school, like my college coach would be like, "Oh, get over your left." I'll be like, "Oh, okay." And then, well, I would see other people on my team, and they'll be like, "What do you mean by that?" And you know, you'll just make a lot more progress that way if you know relatively like what to do. All right. So, and I'm not saying you have to be like a total expert in throwing unless you want to be like a coach, but at least know the basics. At least know the world record holders in all the events. All right. Um, at least the world record holders of your gender. All right. Like I've had women come up to me and be like, "Oh, I thought the world record holder for women's disc was Valerie Allman." I'm like, "No, she's not. She's not even close. She ran 5 meters off the world record." um, and I can't even pronounce the world record's name, but it's not Valerie Allman. She has the American record, but it's not even close to the world record. A lot of people don't know the women's world record is 76 freaking meters, which is absolutely insane from, I think, a East or West German woman. I forget. I don't forget her name, but I can't pronounce them without sounding really racist. I can't pronounce a lot of their names on the top 25 list. But even just knowing they're German, all right. So yeah, you know, so just learn stuff like that. So yeah, this will be a quick part two, but I hope you guys enjoyed this and are learning something about this. And yeah, have a happy new year. I hope you guys have had a really good year in 2023. Um, and hope you guys have a really good 2024 season. Olympic year. Can't wait. And yeah, good luck this season to all you who are competing and hopefully go on to college and expand the sport because that's all we're here to do, honestly, is expand the sport. So yeah, have a really good. Hope you guys had a really good 2023 and look forward to 2024. See y'all later.